Oh man, my heart just went out for a client of mine. We were having a conversation earlier this afternoon. She was just in tears because she had been talking with this guy online. They finally went out on a date this past weekend. And at the end of that date, he says, "Look, I like you as a friend, but I'm just not feeling romantically any romantic connection." Now, she had fallen head over heels for him, not because he was an amazing guy, yet because she had invested so much energy into him. Now, the reason why I share this video is that there's a very specific dynamic that you can create that allows enough space for the man to then reciprocate the same level of interest that you show him. And it keeps you both in center balance. What this looks like when you lose your center and you lean maybe just a little too far into the relationship early on, it looks a lot like he'll be slow to make plans. And so you might jump in and say, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend? We should go here." Or maybe he'll be slow to text and you'll fill in the gap and multi-text him. Or he will not progress things. He'll be happy to text and kind of message and entertain the conversation back and forth as much as you do, yet he won't initiate that next level and actually plan a date. And that is exactly what happened with my new client. They had been talking for months online. She finally got this guy out on a date, and it was after months of investing into him, he then tells her he just wants to be friends. And that was devastating for her because this whole time she had been closing herself off to other opportunities, and she had really been building up this idea of a future of what it could be like having him. And unfortunately, she just simply got far too invested before she truly understood where she truly what her true position was in the relationship. So this is as simple as being okay with no. Now, I don't mean telling your man no or outright rejecting him. Yet imagine a conversation with someone who always has to have the last word. Whenever you say something, he always has to comment. So the person always has to jump in and make a remark, rather than relaxing and simply enjoying or absorbing what was just said. So be okay with no. Now, be okay with now without needing a final last word. This can be something where if there is a moment in the conversation where there is a gap, there is maybe even a feeling of discomfort, what that is tension. And that is key to creating emotional attraction, intrigue, intimacy. Instead, if maybe you say something that's outright offensive that he doesn't like, do not apologize. Be okay with no. Let that tension build. Because it's in these moments where we have these gaps, that's what can be filled with intimacy, with intrigue, with excitement. We let these things fill in the gaps rather than trying to fill it with what a lot of people do is they change the topic, they laugh, or they make a joke in order to diffuse that pressure. So be okay with no. Be okay with a little bit of discomfort, because if you don't have a no, then you don't have a yes. If you don't have the ability to say no or to create and stand behind a boundary, then how meaningful is your yes? You'll never have boundaries. And these boundaries are what keep space in the relationship and in the conversation. This ability to have a no that keeps both you and him in a centered, balanced position. I hope you found this was helpful. Now my new client is going to come in. We're going to give her a whole bunch of techniques, a whole bunch of tricks and attraction sequences so that she's never going to feel platonic or be passed over or friend zoned in a relationship with another man. That is not what the conversation is going to end in. And as well, she's never going to be in a position where she is investing all of her energy into one guy, and instead we're going to show her how to have all the opportunities that she can happily handle. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the love button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.